Alaska Thunderfuck. Yeah. All right. It's a Storytime episode, so I got to do an intro. Hello, you folks. Welcome to John Solo's Beer Brigade. I'm John Solo. You're not. My nose is kind of stuffed up, so deal with that. We are working on a Miski Harris book. Miski Harris is a gal that I met a few years ago. God, 5, 6, 7 years ago now at a GRL. And she's one of my favorite people in the world. I just love her. Anyways, she has just written the third book in a series that I started a few years ago. This one is called Damage Controlled. It's book 3 of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. You don't necessarily have to read the other books to enjoy this one by any stretch. And in fact, she's included a few other scenes and characters from another author's book. So I'm not going to give anything there away. Thank you, A.E. Wasp. Anyways, what we have here today is a story time, so you're going to hear some mess-ups. You're going to hear Tracy in the background. You're going to hear me giving Tracy crap in the background for correcting me, like I love to do. And, of course, I'm bouncing around on Discord and everything else, too. But what you're going to see is me actually working on the recording of this. This is a prologue, and it's got a bunch of drag queens. It's hilarious. I hope you guys enjoy it. So enjoy, have fun. Please go buy the book and buy the audiobook when it comes out. I love you very much. Peace. Okay, I can make that work. I see what she's trying to do there. Reuben would see him for the star he was and finally be proud of him. He'd held on to the unrealistic fantasy of Reuben's toxic behavior changing and their relationship improving long enough. Hope was useless in light of the fact that Reuben wouldn't be in the audience to see when he took his victory walk in all his crowning glory. Hope alone was just no longer enough. Reuben was never going to change. In the end, Teddy pulled it together. He changed his gown to one which artfully covered the bruised evidence of Reuben's aggression, gave a stellar final performance, and made it to the finale. The cherry on top of the competition shit Sunday came when Peaches and Cream learned she'd had to battle Liza Minnelli for the last spot in the finale. I forgot about that. All right. Gave a stellar final performance, and made it to the finale. The cherry on the gave a stellar final performance and made it to the finale. The cherry on top of the competition shit Sunday came when Peaches and Cream learned she'd have to had. That's got to be have. She'd have to battle. Yeah, I think so. Gave a stellar final performance, and made it to the finale. The cherry on top of the competition shit Sunday came when Peaches and Cream learned she'd have to battle Liza Minnelli for the last spot in the finale. All the contestants were gathered in the dressing room when Peaches, trying to hide the tears behind a false bravado, returned from the stage. She was now one of the bottom 2 contestants and would have to emerge victorious in a lip-sync battle for the coveted third-place slot. Too bad I already used Peach's voice, huh? Have to emerge victorious in a lip-sync battle for the coveted third-place slot. I cut it off too early. Keep on doing that. Turned from the stage. She was now one of the bottom 2 contestants and would have to emerge victorious in a lip-sync battle for the coveted third-place slot. She should have been practicing her last song for the night, but instead, confident she would win the battle, and then, through God only knew what miracle, overtake the 2 leading queens to win the crown, Peaches decided to make Phoenix the target of a venomous attack. With the fury fooled by the I was distracted by Bob's big lips. Peaches decided to make Phoenix the target of a venomous attack. With the fury fueled. Peaches decided to make Phoenix
He says bye. Fuck you.
Fuck you too, big lips. Enjoy your lavalier mic. Peaches decided to make Phoenix the target of a venomous attack. With the fury fueled by the harsh criticism of the judges as they announced their decision placing her in the bottom 2, she demanded Teddy prove he was a natural male performer. All right. Bob's not going on RG, damn it. Peaches. When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act as a prism and form a rainbow. Prove he was a natural male performer. Seriously, bitch, no one has hair or legs like that, and I can't remember ever seeing you shave anything but your armpits. You're just a cheating-ass bitch. You're a trans male, aren't you? Well, I ain't losing to no hoe that's trying to buy what I was born with. At her last words, Peaches had stormed over to Phoenix and tried to snatch her hair. Unfortunately for Peaches, Phoenix was a much stronger queen than her 5'6", 150-pound frame suggested. Within moments, Peaches was on her back, feathers and sequins flying all over the place, Phoenix standing over her with her fists holding Peaches' shredded wig. Bitch, if you wanted to get your back dirty, you should have said so. Now look at this mess. Your hair is here, your feathers are there, and sequins are just everywhere. Then, as if she had just remembered, she added, Oh, damn, girl. Don't you have to lip sync against Liza in 10 minutes? If you're going to lose, you should at least try to not look so tacky. Somebody please give this bitch a brush.
Try not to look so tacky.
At least try to not look... I need to come in after that breath. Don't you have to lip sync against Liza in 10 minutes? If you're going to lose, you should at least try not to look so tacky. Somebody please give this bitch a brush. Phoenix gave a throaty laugh as she stepped back from Peaches and turned to the rest of the queens in the dressing room. Any more of you bitches want to decorate the floor? I am not the one you want to fuck with today. Mumbles of, Nah, sis, we cool. And bitches just got... Oh, thank you, Brooke. I have fun. To decorate the floor? I am not the one you want to fuck with today. Mumbles of, Nah, sis, we cool. And bitches just got what Peaches... Jesus Christ. To decorate the floor? I am not the one you want to fuck with today. Mumbles of, Nah, sis, we cool. And Peaches got just what the jealous bitch asked for. Filled the air as the contestants went back to getting ready for the finale. Alaska appeared just as everyone except Phoenix was moving back to the general dressing area. Why are they all named after states? What is this, a poker game?
Phoenix is not a state.
Well, fine. You know what I mean. It's a country, whatever. Or filled the air as the contestants... They're all in Europe. Who cares? Or filled the air as the contestants went back to getting ready for the finale. Alaska appeared just as everyone except Phoenix was moving back to the general dressing area to get their stuff organized and pack anything not needed for the finale taping. The space had been rearranged to create a designated area for the finalists. Once the top 4 were announced, 3 dressing tables were set up in an area separate from the other contestants, who would no longer need the room. The finalist. Yeah, that's how you say that. Set up in an area separate from the other contestants, who would no longer need the room. Alaska Thunderfuck. She comes out to thunder.
That's good.
Oh, shit. Set up in an area separate from the other contestants, who would no longer need the room. Oh, let me find my play. Oh, that's right, the finalists. Set up in an area separate from the other contestants, who would no longer need the room. The finalists required the additional space to dress for the finale and prepare for the recording of their confessionals. As the leading 2, Alaska and Phoenix already had their places assigned. The winner of the last lip-sync battle would take the 3rd space. Alaska had just completed her taping. She tisk-tisked loudly as she dramatically shook her head in disgust and stepped over a disheveled Peaches, who still lay crying on the floor. After making exaggerated moves like she was avoiding a pile of hot dog shit, Alaska strolled over to Phoenix's area. All right. Alaska. When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act as a prism and form a rainbow. A pile of hot dog shit, Alaska strolled over to Phoenix's area. I can't leave your ass alone for a minute. What's this I hear about you mopping the floor with Peaches? She wanted proof of my manhood, so I manhandled the bitch. Well, you better move your ass. It's time for your confessional. Alaska sat down in front of her own mirror and began to touch up her makeup for the finale. You figured out what you're going to say? Oh, I know, all right. Phoenix slid into the fire-colored outfit she'd had made just for this moment. You figured out what you're going to say? Oh, I know, all right. Phoenix slid into the fire-colored outfit she'd had made just for this moment. It was her signature look, only on a grander scale. This time, the base of the flaming feathers was made by a magnificent arrangement of blue and white stones. The effect portrayed an increase in the intensity of the heat at its core, which was where Phoenix was situated in the complicated outfit. Can you help me with this headpiece? Phoenix sat in the chair, feeling every bit of the look of fierce determination that met her in the mirror. Alaska set the headpiece, and then stepped back to a point where Phoenix could see a concerned gaze reflected back at her. Theodore Washington, she hissed. I don't know what you're up to, but I know that look. You haven't been the same since Paula made that public statement about trans contestants. She spun Phoenix around in the chair. Whatever you're about to do, girl, just don't. Just because you are the one person in the drag universe I allow to call me Theodore, don't get loose with it. Phoenix made a final adjustment to her headdress. Listen. Nope, this is still... Don't get loose with it. Phoenix made a final adjustment to her headdress. Listen, in 1969, gay and straight revolutionaries took to the streets in New York City to protest the way gays and lesbians were treated. Alaska rolled her eyes and placed her hands on her hips in a stance that Phoenix knew meant, child, please. I don't think I could do it like that. Child, please. Took to the streets in New York City to protest the way gays and lesbians were treated. Alaska rolled her eyes and placed her hands on her hips in a stance that Phoenix knew meant, child, please. I know all about Stonewall. What does that have to do with your confessional? Phoenix moved to the full-length mirror and raised her arms, which caused the costume's fiery effect to display. Well, girl, I'm just saying it's time for another Stonewall uprising, and I'm the bitch to light the flame. Alaska bowed and smiled, then moved over to Phoenix and put her hands on her shoulders. I love you, girl, and I hope you win this thing because you are just the bitch to carry us into the new millennium. So go on with your bad self, Miss Phoenix, and set this motherfucker off. High. Go on with your bad self, Miss Phoenix, and set this motherfucker off. Head held high, feathers flying behind her like licks of fire, Phoenix moved to do just what she said. Set it off. If only I felt as brave as I sound. As Phoenix settled into the confessional box, she considered her reflection in the screen in front of her, then took a shaking deep breath and pressed the record button. This was a one-take moment, and Phoenix prayed her words were the right ones. Hello, I'm the Fiery Phoenix. I know that many of you are expecting some last-minute sass from me, but today is not that day. Today, children, school is in session. Over the years, gay, lesbian, bisexual, and all other members of our beautiful community have been struggling for the right to exist in peace. We've come a long way, my darlings, but current events in the world of drag entertainment threaten to set us back. It is impossible to expect the world to treat us fairly if we are building walls against each other. Possible to expect the world to treat us fairly if we are building walls against each other. In this world, Trans men and women have been censored, suppressed, and even punished by the law. And now it has been said that a trans woman shouldn't be allowed to compete in drag contests. Well, bitches.
Compete.
You're ruining my speech. Trans men and women have been censored, suppressed, and even punished by the law. And now it has been said that a trans woman shouldn't be allowed to compete in drag contests. Well, bitches, this injustice calls for its own Stonewall moment, just like 1969. And as your new reigning queen, I am just the bitch to set it off. I am a trans woman, and from today forward my pronouns will forever be she, her, as Ms. Washington walks the path of transition to becoming the woman I was always meant to be. I stand with my brothers and sisters in this fight for our rights. The struggle is real, and we are fit for the battle. Phoenix raised her gloved fist and held the pose until the little red light in the recording screen shut off. If she won tonight, her speech would play as she made her appearance on stage at the reunion and took a celebratory walk down the catwalk as the newly crowned drag star queen. If...
Stop. Celebratory.
That's what I said. What did I say? Celebratory, I bet you is what I said. Fist and held the pose until the little red light in the recording screen shut off. If she won tonight, her speech would play as she made her appearance on stage at the reunion and took a celebratory walk down the catwalk as the newly crowned drag star queen. If, by chance, she didn't win, she would have to find a way to make her point in the few minutes given to her as runner-up. Fuck that noise. Losing just isn't an option. Instead of the anxiety she expected, a sense of freedom and release overtook her. Oh, yeah, mine too. She expected a sense. She's on that drag show. She expected a sense of freedom and release overtook her. It was as if a balloon popped, and all the fear held captive by its colorful latex skin escaped into the surrounding atmosphere. It felt good, but even as she revealed in that moment of reveled. Its colorful latex skin escaped into the surrounding atmosphere. It felt good, but even as she reveled in that moment of joy, she knew her confessional didn't mark an end, but instead struck the bell of the beginning.